Okay, I've had some questions, many questions actually, of how you wire a homemade arc welder. Specifically mine that I made, that original video I made when I was like in 6th grade or however old I was. Worst video you can ever watch probably. But today I'm going to explain how you wire up a homemade arc welder. Now the first thing you're going to want to do for your transformer that you got, this is not from a microwave, but this is the closest to the one that I had laying around. As you can see, the transformer is bad too. As you can see, these top wires here, they're really thin. Right there, the top, you can see how really thin those are. And then on the bottom, you can see they're thicker. This is your secondary, and the thinner ones is your primary. You're going to want around 20 to 22 wraps with it. That will give you around 20 volts. The more wraps you have, the more volts. The less wraps you have, the less volts, and the more amps. So the more wraps you put on it, the less amps you get. So you kind of need a balance point, which is around 20 to 22 wraps. Now for when you wire this up, you've got your one transformer here. Alright. You got one section here, one section here. Got your primary, and then you got your secondary there. And on your primaries, you've got 2 incoming wires here, and then this right here will go out to a plug. That's your plug right there. And then this in turn goes into your wall outlet. Like that. That goes into your wall outlet. And then on your secondaries here, you're going to have one wire that comes out here, and one wire that comes out here. And then this one, I'm going to make this one be my ground cable for my metal. So let's see, how do I want to draw this? I don't know, we'll just label that G for ground. That's the ground cable, I don't know what that's supposed to be. And then over here you got your other transformer too. You got your primary, your secondary, you got your incoming on the primary here, and that goes out to your plug. Same thing, then that will go to your wall outlet. And then your secondary, you got one coming over here, one coming over here, and this one is going to go to your rod end with your stick in it. And then these 2 ones that aren't going to anything, you're going to connect those ones right there. So as the power comes out, you're going to double the power to average. If you do 20 wraps, it'll be 40 volts with around 60 amps when welding. With explaining it with batteries, say these are my transformers. Now you've got your 2 outputs right here, your inputs. Well, you don't have mine here, but they'd be like on this other side or something. And what you would want to do is you would want to connect the two of the outputs of the transformers like this. And then you have the other 2 extra that are kind of laying around. Say this one would be your ground, so you're going to run this out to your ground to the metal, and then this is going to be for your stick that you're going to use to weld. So after you have rewrapped your transformers, this is a smaller one that I'm just using. This is not even close to what you'd want to use for a welder. On the bottom you have your output, and on the top you have your input. How do I know that? That's just because I tested it out to figure out what one was what. But on here, this one, it's more obvious because you got the small and then the bigger ones. And then right in here, you've got your 2 input and then smaller output wires, because you're not going to use small input wires. But what you're going to want to do is first use your switches. I would recommend getting a heavy duty switch so it can use or take more of a load. And you're going to want to, here's one of the input wires. You're going to put the switch on one of these right here, in like that, and then the other one part coming to your plug, put it on here. So the plug you have right here, you've got your 3 wires in there. You've got your ground, your hot, and your neutral wire, which is green, black, and white. The green wire, that's going to go to your ground. Don't worry about that one. Your white and black, it doesn't matter which way they go on the input, because it's AC voltage, so that's not going to make a difference. In this case, I'm just going to choose the white wire. Why? I don't know. Maybe I'm racist and I don't want to choose black. I don't know. But I'm going to pick on the white wire. You're going to take the white wire, and you're going to put one in the end of on this switch, and then the other part that you use put the white is going to go to the transformer, so that, and you're going to run the black wire directly to the other wire on the transformer here. So then after you have all of that situated, you're going to take your outputs of your 2 transformers, which, say these are the 2 wires I have. You got these ones and these ones. It doesn't really matter how you have them hooked up. You're going to take one end of it and you're going to wire it up in series. So it'll be somewhat like that. And then this one would go out to your, either your wire or your ground. And then this one would either be the opposite one that you did this. You're going to take one of your input wires, as you can see I have right here. You're going to divert that into your switch, and then the other end of that on that switch, it's going to go to your plug, which this is going to be going to your transformer. And then the other wire coming from your outlet plug right here, that's going to go directly to your plug. These are 12 volt fans. I would use 24 volt. That's just because they'll spin faster, work better with the laptop chargers, because laptop chargers are on average from 18 to 24 volts DC. And what you do is the same thing. You take the output on a charger, not the input, the output, and then usually the chargers, they have an outer wire and then an inner wire that goes through that, and you're basically going to figure out what one's positive, what one's negative. It usually says it on the back of the charger. There's a circle and then a dot in the center, and it'll say positive or negative, which one's what. Usually the inside is positive and the outside is negative or ground. And then you just wire that up to this. You'll figure it out, because you'll find out when this doesn't go, because this fans only go one way. So if it doesn't work, switch the polarity on it, and then it should go. Your primary here, the voltage is going to come in from your wall, go to your primary, create the electrical field, and then it's going to, at your secondaries that you have already wrapped about 20 to 22 times, one side that comes out, you're going to go to this one, which is ground. It's going to be the ground for your cable. Put that in your metal. And then the other one, you're going to come out, have it sit there for now, and you're going to rewrap your other one. Same thing here. Goes into your primary, creates the field. This one makes the electricity. Back in again to step down the voltage from 120 or 210, whatever you're going to. And then your one end is going to go out to your welding rod. The other end you're going to set out, and you're going to connect these two right there. A lot of people make it seem like it's very hard to do this. It's a lot easier than it looks. Okay, you guys, Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions on something that I didn't clarify enough, of what wire goes where, you can put a comment down below, or you can private message me. It doesn't matter. It's a lot easier than what people make it think. So, and again, thanks for watching. Okay guys, don't forget to comment, rate, and click that subscribe button. It's not gonna kill you, and it helps me out a lot.